I was squatting by the roadside, telling fortunes. Then my parents, the richest people in the country, found me. They never expected me to be a fortune-telling charlatan. They stared at me in stunned silence. Then Zhuang Qingqing gave a mocking laugh. Her eyes were full of contempt. But I merely glanced at her and said, "If my reading is wrong, you pay nothing. Want your fortune told?" Mrs. Zhuang immediately burst into tears. "My child, I am your mother. Come home with me." As I looked at the people before me, several words flashed through my mind. Black aura clung to them. They would not live much longer. I sighed and nodded. I packed up my compass and talisman papers. I need to go home and pack my things. It is a mess inside. Wait outside. Mrs. Zhuang insisted on coming in with me. The others could only follow. The four of them followed me into a filthy alley. Rats occasionally darted past. I heard someone retching behind me. Can anyone even live here? Of course they can. I have lived here for more than 10 years. Zhuang Qingqing's expression shifted again and again. I ignored her and kept walking. When we reached a small door, I pushed it open. The room was simply furnished. One table and an old electric fan. I took my clothes from the cabinet. Zhuang Qingqing pinched her nose in disgust. Why keep this pile of rags? Once we get home, we will buy you new ones. I was just about to speak when a crowd suddenly rushed inside and surrounded the Zhuang family. You must treat Baifan well. This child has suffered so much. You clearly have money. Why did it take you so many years to bring Baifan back? We heard you have an adopted son, too. Who knows how that boy will treat Baifan? Since childhood, these neighbors and my master were the ones who raised me. They were happy I was leaving, but they could not bear to let me go. Aunt Wang began stuffing things into my arms. We all bought you these clothes. Those old ones. Do not wear them anymore. You need new clothes for your new home. Soon, my arms were filled with bags of every size. The uncles and aunties carried all my luggage to the car. I hugged my little yellow bag and sat in the back seat. You are not going to bring all this bad luck junk home, are you? There is no room in the house for your things. Mrs. Zhuang smacked her hard. How can you speak to your older brother like that? I looked up at them. Then I will not go back with you. Zhuang Qingqing froze. She clearly had not expected that answer. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. It was my older sister, Zhuang Qingya, who spoke. Zhuang Qingqing, apologize. Zhuang Qingqing reluctantly muttered, sorry. Mrs. Zhuang began asking about my life. She said I must have suffered terribly all those years outside. The words biological parents felt foreign to me. I had never even had adoptive parents. When traffickers nearly broke my arm, my master charged into them and snatched me back. I looked at the constantly sobbing Zhuang Sunzi. Is he also a child of the Zhuang family? You have only just come home, and you already want to drive Brother Sunzi away. Even if you have returned, we will not send Brother Sunzi away. Sunzi has lived with us for so long. We have grown attached to him. We will still treat you as family. I hope you will not target Sunzi. I am sorry, brother. I do not know how any of this happened, either. If you do not want to see me, I can move out. My gaze swept over each of their faces. I do not think I said anything. I only asked whether he was a child of the Zhuang family. Only then did they realize they had overreacted. Mrs. Zhuang hurriedly tried to smooth things over. Sunzi is the child who was switched with you back then. Baifan, from now on, you are the older brother. Sunzi is your younger brother. I nodded and said nothing more. Zhuang Sunzi's sobbing was starting to irritate me, so I simply closed my eyes to rest. After the car bounced along for a while, we arrived at the Zhuang estate. When we got out, no one helped me with my luggage. Only after they entered the house did they realize they had left me behind. Mrs. Zhuang ran back out. Our eyes met. I walked past her and headed straight inside. When they saw me come in alone, their expressions turned grim. Zhuang Qingya snapped at the maids. The young master has just returned. Why did no one carry his luggage? I watched her shift the blame right before my eyes. No need. I can carry it myself. Baifan, your room is not ready yet. You will have to make do with the first floor for now. Do all three of them live upstairs? You just got back, and you are already eyeing the rooms upstairs. Zhuang Sunzi quickly pulled her back. Brother, Qingqing is immature. If you want it, I can give you my upstairs room. No, I do not want to live somewhere you lived. It would ruin my luck. Ignoring their reactions, I went back to my room. That evening, a housekeeper called me out for dinner. They were already seated at the dining table. They had specifically saved me a seat beside Zhuang Sunzi. Zhuang Sunzi respectfully called me brother. I looked at him. It was his mother, who had switched us at birth. If it had not been for my master, I would have died long ago. With all that weighing on me, I simply could not smile at him. Zhuang Sunzi awkwardly stared at his bowl. His eyes quietly reddened. Zhuang Qingya looked at me. By fan, Sunzi is talking to you. I heard him. I just do not want to respond. Where are your manners? All these years? Is this what your master and those people taught you? Say whatever you want about me, but you make me eat at the same table as a thief, and then question my manners. When Zhuang Sunzi heard that, his tears fell into his rice. Seeing her brother cry, Zhuang Qingqing could not hold back. What is that attitude? Brother Sunzi knew you were coming back, and even bought you so many gifts. You were not the one who was switched. You were not the one thrown away. Nor were you the one tossed into a trash can. Of course you would not know how cold it is to wear one thin shirt in the dead of winter. I wandered the streets, and people wanted to break my arm, so I could beg with a crippled limb. I rolled up my sleeve. Several unmistakable scars ran across my arm. The spoon I dropped into my bowl just now was because of my arm injury. Zhuang Qingya's expression changed, but she never managed to apologize. Mrs. Zhuang was stunned. She never imagined I had suffered so badly outside. Mr. Zhuang could barely contain his grief. By fan, have Qingya take you for an examination tomorrow. No need. My master already had this arm examined. Other than being able to move, it cannot do anything else. So I am sorry, sister. As a child, all I cared about was eating enough to survive. No one taught me manners. They only taught me how to stay alive. I do not deserve to eat at the same table as you. I am full. Please, keep eating. I was wrong to blame you. What if I said this family cannot have both him and me? If he stays, I leave. Zhuang Qingqing clearly wanted to argue, but then she remembered my injured arm and forced herself to stay silent. Mrs. Zhuang was speechless too. Mr. Zhuang said solemnly, after all, he is the son we raised for over a decade. If finding our biological son means sending away our adopted son, what will people think of the Zhuang family? But what if you had to choose? With that, I turned and left. The next day, hunger woke me. I never expected that on my first day here, I would not even get one full meal. I put on the new clothes Annie Wong had bought me. They had a little cat printed on them. When I went out, the whole family was already up. From the moment I stepped out, Zhuang Qingqing stared at my clothes in shock. Her eyes never left my clothes. Holding back a laugh, she asked what I was wearing. They are new. There are no patches. No one has worn them before. What is wrong with that? Zhuang Qingqing immediately stopped laughing, remembering what I had been through. She awkwardly picked up her phone. After breakfast, Mrs. Zhuang gave me 100,000 yuan. She told me to buy some clothes. Perhaps because of what had just happened, Zhuang Qingqing offered to take me shopping. Zhuang Sunzi froze for a moment. Qingqing, were you not going to pick up the jewelry I ordered with me today? Zhuang Qingqing gave a startled sound. Her gaze shifted between the two of us, but she still came to stand beside me. Sorry, brother. Bai Fan just got here. He does not have any friends. Ask one of your friends to go with you. Zhuang Qingqing went to get the car from the garage. That left only Zhuang Sunzi and me at the entrance. He wore a watch. It glittered in the light. Brother, would you like to buy one too? Forget it. Some people are born unfit to live like the rich. Wouldn't you agree? Brother, I only looked at him. Without answering, my stare made his skin crawl. He muttered that it was bad luck. Then he left. Zhuang Qingqing drove over. When she saw me still standing there, something seemed to occur to her. She actually got out and opened the car door for me. As I got in, I raised my right hand. I still have one hand that works. Who cares? I am afraid you will scratch my car. The mall was enormous. In all those years, I had never seen a place so big. I lingered at the entrance for another look. Zhuang Qingqing pushed me along in disdain. Stop staring. Hurry up. Partway through, she left for a while. She left me alone in the store. I chose a few inexpensive outfits and paid for them. Then I went to the next store and bought several plus-size men's outfits. I bought women's clothes to take back to Aunt Wong and the others. After giving it some thought, I used the money that was left to buy something for every member of the Zhuang family. I waited at the mall entrance until 2 o'clock. Zhuang Qingqing still had not returned. I went to a nearby convenience store and bought a 3 yuan loaf of bread to fill my stomach. By 5 in the afternoon, a call finally came in. I glanced at it. It was an unfamiliar number, but I answered anyway. It was Mrs. Zhuang. By fan. Sunzi hurt his leg. He is at the hospital. Take a cab home by yourself first. I gave a quiet hum. Then I hung up. The money left in my mobile wallet was not enough for a cab to the Zhuang estate. I could only ask the driver to stop by the roadside and walk the rest of the way home. I was hungry and thirsty. When I got home, everyone was there. Even Father Zhuang, usually busy with work, was home. When Zhuang Sunzi saw me return, he gave me an apologetic smile. Sorry, brother. Qingqing could not pick you up because of me. I told them. Mom and Dad did not need to come, but they insisted. Thankfully, I only twisted my ankle. Otherwise, Mom and Dad would have worried. You must be tired after shopping all day. Brother, come sit down and have some grapes. The housekeeper took the things from my hands and cried out in surprise. These are gifts for Sir and Madam, right? Oh, and there are gifts for the young master and young ladies too. No one had expected it. Mother Zhuang came over, took the shopping bags, and pulled out the items one by one. Zhuang Sunzi's face darkened, but he forced a smile. There probably is not one for me. It is all right. It is only natural that brother does not like me. Mother Zhuang laid out every gift. There were 5 in all. No more, no less. Zhuang Sunzi's smile froze. As if remembering something, Mother Zhuang asked, by fan, how did you get home? The cook pointed at my foot. Young master's foot is bleeding. I looked down. My shoe was soaked red with blood. Zhuang Qingqing hurriedly got up to fetch the first aid kit. Zhuang Qingya helped me sit down and carefully took off my shoe. But my sock had fused to my torn flesh. There was no way to remove it. I did not look at her. I tore the sock from my skin myself. Zhuang Qingya frowned at the sight. Mother Zhuang gasped and covered her mouth. Blood dripped down, drop by drop. Soon, a small pool of blood had gathered on the floor. I took the iodine and poured it straight onto the wound. Then I wrapped it a few times with a bandage. My left hand was not very mobile, so the bandage came out a complete mess. Mother Zhuang could not bear to watch any longer. Hurry and get a doctor for Bai Fan. Stop wrapping it. Wait for the doctor. I finished wrapping it anyway. Without looking at any of them, I only said, no need. Then I went back to my room, exhausted. Knocking woke me up. Faintly, I heard voices outside. Could he have fainted? Hurry, kick the door open. I recognized Mother Zhuang's voice. I limped over and opened the door. Mother Zhuang stood outside, with a doctor in a white coat behind her. Bai Fan, get up and eat. Then let the doctor look at your injured foot. The atmosphere in the living room was tense. When I arrived, the argument had not ended. Zhuang Sunzi's eyes were red. Father Zhuang had given Zhuang Sunzi a stern scolding. Zhuang Qingqing had, unusually, not defended her brother. When she saw me come out, she hurriedly stood up, but did not know what to say. Are you all right? I did not answer her. I let the doctor dress my foot. After dinner, Zhuang Qingqing stayed by my side. She kept pressing fruit into my hands. After I ate my 4th banana, another peeled banana was held out beside me. I glanced at Zhuang Qingqing. You eat it. Zhuang Qingqing still pressed the banana into my hand. I am sorry about today. I did not mean to leave you at the mall. I had gone to the hospital to get medicine. Then Brother Sunzi suddenly called and said he was hurt, but he would not tell me how serious it was. When I got to the hospital, I found out he had only sprained his ankle. Brother Sunzi insisted I stay and take care of him. I could not leave him alone at the hospital. When she finished, she seemed to wait for my response. I will not forgive you. But I do not blame you either. After I said that, she lowered her head even further. Sunzi had Aunt Zhuang call me, didn't he? She hesitated, then nodded. In this family, Zhuang Sunzi was the only one who had asked for my phone number. A few days later, my foot had healed. Mother Zhuang transferred me more money and said she would take me shopping herself. I shook my head. Qingqing can come with me. Zhuang Qingqing leaped up from the couch. I will go with brother. Without caring about Zhuang Sunzi's livid face, she ran for the garage. Zhuang Qingya added, then Qingqing, and I will go with you. She is too young. She is not reliable. Then who will go with me for my follow-up today? My foot is still injured. Only then did Mother Zhuang notice her other son. Sunzi, Mom will go with you. I do not want that. I want my sisters to go with me. Only after saying it did he notice Mother Zhuang's dark expression. Zhuang Qingya did not look pleased either. Your foot looks healed to me. There is no need for a follow-up. If you insist on going, Have the driver take you. Zhuang Sunzi was so angry that tears fell. But this time, no one comforted him. I turned down Mother Zhuang and Zhuang Qingya. I only let Zhuang Qingqing come with me. In the car, Zhuang Qingqing happily hummed a tune. At a red light, she took something from her pocket and handed it to me. Brother, this is scar cream. I went to the hospital especially to get it that day. It was specially formulated by an expert. It was very expensive. Do you have money? Yes, if you need money, you can ask the family. I do not have much left myself. What is wrong? Did something happen? Nothing. How much do you have? Can you give me 200,000 yuan? Zhuang Qingqing froze for a moment. Then she pulled out her phone, ready to transfer it without hesitation. I stopped her. I ran my fingers over the writing on the cream tube and asked, Zhuang Qingqing, when did you get your driver's license? This March. Are you going hiking with your friends this Saturday? How did you know? I have not even told the family yet. Do not go. Why? We already made plans. I also know there will be 4 of you. Do not go. All right. This time, she pretended to be reluctant. I bought her a bracelet, and only then did she brighten up. When we got home, she cheerfully helped me sort through my purchases. Zhuang Sunzi came over carrying a plate of sliced apples. Qingqing, you must be tired. Come have some fruit. Zhuang Qingqing speared a piece and put it in her mouth. Then she speared one from me. Thanks, brother Sunzi. Yet Zhuang Sunzi remained where he was. I saw that his left index finger was wrapped in a bandage. I immediately understood what he was trying to do. But Zhuang Qingqing never noticed. He set down the fruit plate and shot me a vicious glare. I ignored him and kept eating the apple in my hand. Only then did Zhuang Sunzi notice the cheap bracelet on Zhuang Qingqing's wrist. He feigned confusion. Where did you get that cheap thing? You are actually wearing it. Aren't you worried it'll get dirty? The bracelet really was cheap. When I bought it for Zhuang Qingqing, I did not tell her how much it cost, and she did not ask. Without any disdain, she slipped it right onto her wrist, beside her expensive watch. Zhuang Sunzi took her hand. Careful. It might scratch the watch I gave you. As he spoke, he tried to remove the bracelet. Zhuang Qingqing quickly pulled her hand away. Brother Baifan bought this for me. It cannot be cheap. Is that so? It really was not expensive. Just a few hundred yuan. I would wear it even if it cost only a few hundred yuan. Brother Sunzi, do not worry. Brother Baifan would never hurt me. Zhuang Sunzi glared at me angrily. His eyes seemed to accuse me of stealing his sister. But she was my sister to begin with. At dinner, Zhuang Sunzi brought up the Saturday, when Zhuang Qingqing was supposed to go hiking. Qingqing, could you take me along? There are 4 of you. One more will not make a difference. I knew it. Zhuang Sunzi saw that Qingqing and I were getting too close, and wanted to wedge himself between. Then take Baifan with you too. Zhuang Sunzi frowned, but quickly smoothed his expression. But the car only seats 5. If brother Baifan comes, there will not be a seat left for me. No need. I am not going. Zhuang Qingqing is not going either. Right? I have other plans this Saturday. I am not going hiking. If you want to go, brother Sunzi, I will let them know. Zhuang Sunzi let out a startled sound. He looked at me, forcing a faint smile. Why are you not going? Did you not plan this last week? I just do not feel like going. Could it be brother Baifan used all that stuff of his to divine your fortune or misfortune? Father Zhuang slammed his chopsticks down. They struck the dining table with a crack. Is that true? Baifan? Baifan, do not bring up this nonsense in this house again. None of us believes in it. Qingqing, if you want to go hiking on Saturday, go. Do not believe such smooth-talking nonsense. But you have misunderstood brother Baifan. He did not predict anything. I did predict it. If Zhuang Qingqing goes out this Saturday, she will face a bloody disaster. Say another word about that nonsense and get out of my house. Zhuang Sunzi moved close to Mother Zhuang, but kept his eyes on me. His gaze brimmed with smug certainty. In that tense atmosphere, I spoke calmly. Is this because of the little sister who died at 5? Father Zhuang's face turned livid. He hurled a plate straight at me. Since you know, how dare you make those damn predictions for Qingqing? People like you killed Linlin. Baifan, could you please throw those things away? Zhuang Qingya gave me a meaningful look, telling me to go inside and throw them out immediately. I did not move. Zhuang Sunzi snapped. Since you know what this stuff did to our family, how dare you pretend to have supernatural powers in full Qingqing? I never told brother Baifan about any of this. Since they had never mentioned it, they naturally assumed. Zhuang Qingqing had told me. I continued. About a month before your little sister died, Zhuang Sunzi came down with a severe fever. Is that right? The hospital could not cure him. So, you hired a Taoist priest. But not long after the Taoist finished his examination, your little sister also died from a high fever. Zhuang Sunzi's expression changed drastically. Mother Zhuang's eyes widened. The Zhuang family did have a young daughter who died many years ago. That was true. Most people knew that much. But the details had never been told to anyone outside the family. By Fan. How do you know? That is all I can say. As for Zhuang Qingqing going hiking, she can go if she wants. I will not interfere. The meal ended on a sour note. Father Zhuang believed everything I said had either been told to me by someone else, or was simply a lucky guess. But he could fool anyone except himself. If I had only guessed the general story, that would be one thing. But I had even guessed correctly about Zhuang Sunzi's fever, and the family hiring a Taoist priest. I got every detail right. That was no guess. Over the next few days, my words left the whole family deeply unsettled. I stayed at the house, going nowhere. Zhuang Qingqing kept trying to talk to me, but Zhuang Sunzi always dragged her away. He actually said such ominous things. Stay away from him. Even Mother Zhuang treated me like I was invisible. I knew I had touched the Zhuang family's rawest nerve, so I offered to move out for a few days. Mother Zhuang hesitated, as if she wanted to say something. Then Zhuang Qingya said, Bifan, we did not mean it that way. I know. A client asked me to ward off a disaster for them. It is not convenient to do that here. When Father Zhuang heard me talking about that mystical nonsense again, he snapped, Get out tomorrow. Do not come back until you have thrown all that junk away. I only took a few changes of clothes, because before long, they would ask me to come back. Before I left, Zhuang Qingqing gave me a bank card. Brother Bifan, just give Mom and Dad a little ground, and apologize. They care about you. Then you will not have to leave. I had never called them Mom and Dad. Only then did Zhuang Qingqing realize that in all the days I had been here, I had never called them Mom or Dad, not even once. She tried to stop me, but Father Zhuang shouted from upstairs, Let him go. Do not stop him. Let us see what exactly makes him better than Sunzi. On my first day here, I asked one question. If you had to choose one person to stay, who would you choose? This was your answer to me, was it not? Father Zhuang snorted coldly and returned to his bedroom. Before I left, Zhuang Sunzi gave me a taunting smile. Brother, I hope you throw that stuff away soon and come home. I hear you have never even been to school. I will ask Dad later. As long as you are willing to come back, he will send you to school. Your little brother will always be here, waiting for you. I left without looking back. Zhuang Sunzi's words went in one ear and out the other. I only hoped Zhuang Qingqing would listen to me and not go hiking that day. Zhuang Qingya took me to a hotel and handed me a bank card as well. I pushed it back. No need. You can give me this money later. Zhuang Qingya did not understand what I meant, but she insisted on forcing the card into my hand. I looked at her and said something that seemed to come out of nowhere. You were injured when you were 18 too, were you not? Zhuang Qingya spun around, wanting to ask, How do you know? But I was already in the elevator. The bell on my Qingqing jingled. I had not been doing well at the hotel these past few days. Zhuang Qingya must have gone home and told them where I was staying. So people kept knocking on my door in the middle of the night. I knew Zhuang Sunzi had hired them. He was still, in everyone's eyes, the Zhuang family's eldest son. Out of respect for the Zhuang family, the front desk would not dare interfere. That was why I could not get any proper rest. Zhuang Qingqing had been texting me these past few days too. I did not reply, but this morning, I sent her a message first. Do not go hiking. I turned on the television. It was already too late. The news was reporting. A major traffic accident occurred in our city today. An out-of-control truck crashed straight into a sport utility vehicle. The crash left 2 dead and 4 injured. I counted the numbers on my fingers. 1 at-fault driver and 5 victims. Zhuang Qingqing had gone after all. Mother Zhuang called. Bifan, get to the hospital now. Qingqing is hurt. When I arrived at the hospital, Zhuang Sunzi started viciously cursing at me. It is because you filled Qingqing's head with all that supernatural nonsense that she got hurt. How dare you show your face here? Mother Zhuang came out of the hospital room. Zhuang Sunzi hurriedly grabbed her hand. Mom, is Qingqing all right? Mother Zhuang shook her head, giving me a conflicted look. Zhuang Qingya sensed the tension between us and quickly asked, Mom, Qingqing, how is she really? Mother Zhuang stepped aside to let us through. She is not seriously hurt. She just sprained her ankle. Inside, Zhuang Qingqing had one leg suspended in a sling. She beamed at us with a silly grin. Zhuang Sunzi blurted out, How did you only hurt your leg? Weren't you supposed to be the one who died? Zhuang Qingqing's smile vanished. Only then did Zhuang Sunzi realize how wrong that sounded. That is not what I meant. Get out. Dad, Qingqing told me everything. You woke her up early this morning and insisted she go up the mountain to get something for you. If it were not for you, how would Qingqing have gotten hurt? How was I supposed to know there would be a car accident? I wanted Qingqing to go up the mountain to get you a protective bead bracelet. I heard there was a highly renowned master on that mountain. I wanted to give it to you especially for your birthday. Dad, Qingqing is fine, is she not? Besides, Sunzi only did it for you. Father Zhuang's expression finally softened somewhat. Sunzi, that master has already left. Did you not know? Why you are talking nonsense? I thought you would know. The master announced he was leaving a week ago. It was even trending online at the time. Do you not check your phone? When Zhuang Sunzi could not explain himself, I looked toward Zhuang Qingya. Zhuang Qingya did not look pleased either, but she still said, Maybe Sunzi did not see it. Either way, it was a thoughtful gesture. I thought the master had not left yet. Brother Biffon, I am sorry. I should not have let Qingqing go out. I should have listened to you. Then this bloody disaster would not have happened today. At the mention of a bloody disaster, Father Zhuang finally remembered the ominous words I had spoken days ago. Who called him here? I called Brother Biffon. Seeing that Zhuang Qingqing had called me, Father Zhuang could not bring himself to lash out. His eyes held nothing but heartache. Qingqing, why did you call Biffon here? Zhuang Qingqing took something from her pocket. When she opened her hand, there were several broken beads in her palm. Everyone in the hospital room turned to look at me. The broken beads had shielded her from disaster. But I clearly texted you this morning not to go hiking. If you had not gone, you would not have hurt your leg. A message. What message? I never received it. Since Qingqing is fine, let us not press her. Let her get some rest. You are her brother. Do you not usually care about Qingqing more than anyone? Zhuang Qingqing unlocked her phone. The screen was slightly cracked, but it was still readable. I picked it up and opened my chat with Zhuang Qingqing. The words, do not go hiking, were sitting quietly in our chat thread. How could this be? Could it have been a signal problem? Maybe it did not come through. That does not make sense. I clearly remember my phone chimming once this morning. Then I asked Brother Sunzi to take a look. Brother Sunzi, was it you? I did not delete it. I did not even read the message he sent. He had practically confessed without being asked. There were no fools in the Zhuang family. Zhuang Sunzi's behavior made it obvious that he was responsible. Why would you do this? Qingqing is your sister. I did not. Zhuang Sunzi clutched his head, then suddenly pointed at me. It was him. He hurt Qingqing. If he had said that before, they would have believed him. But this time, I was the one who had saved Zhuang Qingqing. Zhuang Qingqing's eyes were filled with disappointment. Zhuang Sunzi was the older brother she had protected since childhood. A few days later, Zhuang Qingqing was discharged from the hospital. During those days, Zhuang Sunzi desperately tried to win over Father Zhuang, Mother Zhuang, and his sister. I knew how attached they were to Zhuang Sunzi after all these years. This minor injury to Zhuang Qingqing's foot alone would never make the Zhuang family throw him out, but he had a long life ahead of him. Since he did not want to leave the Zhuang family, he could stay locked away instead. Zhuang Qingqing walked in on crutches. Zhuang Sunzi moved to help her, but she slowly pulled her arm away. Then she sat down beside me. Zhuang Sunzi's eyes reddened. Qingqing, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Mother Zhuang had also been feeling deeply conflicted about Zhuang Sunzi. After all, he was the son she had raised for more than a decade. She did not want to see the younger generation turn against one another. Qingqing, your brother is talking to you. Zhuang Qingqing gave a quiet hum. She rubbed the beads in her hand. I recognized them as the bracelet I had given her. But several beads were missing. She could no longer wear it. Zhuang Sunzi assumed she liked the beads. Smiling, he said, You like this sort of thing? I'll buy you a more expensive one in a few days, all right? No need. I took a new bracelet from my pocket. This one cost 50,000. Zhuang Qingqing brightened. She was about to transfer the money. Seeing how quickly Zhuang Qingqing's attitude changed, Zhuang Sunzi clenched his fist. Frowning, he said, Brother Bifan, we are all family. Are you really going to charge your sister Qingqing for a bracelet? Do you want one to keep you safe too? Zhuang Sunzi's expression shifted. He did not say whether he wanted one. Father Zhuang still disliked seeing me bring this kind of thing into the house. He cleared his throat. Zhuang Qingya came over and asked me, could you give me one? I nodded and held out my hand. 100,000. Why am I paying an extra 50,000? Have you forgotten? I already saved you when you were 18. Father Zhuang looked stunned. Mother Zhuang froze as well. Zhuang Qingya's memories suddenly swept back 7 years. She had just turned 18 that year. Proud and haughty, she had planned to travel abroad to watch a game. But everything went wrong that day, especially after she got home, when she found an unfamiliar peach pit in her pocket. Soon after, she saw the news of a plane crash. That peach pit. Who exactly are you? I picked up the newspaper Father Zhuang had set down. Have they found the man who ran off with the money? If construction does not resume on that site, the workers will riot. Father Zhuang stared wide-eyed. For the first time, I saw such complicated emotions on his face. The project manager had fled with the funds. His staff had only told him today that the workers had begun striking one after another. He had not told anyone else about it yet. Mom, I added. It was the first time I'd ever called Mother Zhuang Mom. Mom. Mother Zhuang took a long while to react. When she answered, I gave her a faint smile. My little sister told me to call you that. I had brought up that forbidden subject again. Zhuang Sunzi immediately tried to hit me, but Zhuang Qingqing stopped him. His face twisted with savage rage. You brought that up again, just to make Mom and Dad suffer. Mom, Dad, Bifan is playing his supernatural tricks again. This time, everyone stopped him. Even Zhuang Qingya, who had always sided with him, could not hide her emotions. What did you mean by that? What do you mean? Your little sister told you to call her that. I knew that, aside from Zhuang Sunzi, everyone in the family had loved that tiny new member of the family. So little Linlin's death was a pain they all shared. Now that everyone is here. With that, I went back to my room. I unfolded the yellow cloth and spread it across the table. Then I took out the tools inside, along with the little bell. Mother Zhuang stared at the bell on the table, unable to believe it. That is Linlin's long-life pendant. Where did you get it? This was no ordinary long-life pendant. It was engraved with intricate patterns. It showed clearly how much they all cherished this little sister. I did not answer. I pointed toward Zhuang Sunzi's room. There is a tree behind Zhuang Sunzi's room, isn't there? Is that so? Please get a shovel and dig up the ground there. It is not buried deep. You should find it soon. Mom, Dad, do you really believe him? This supernatural nonsense is what killed Linlin. Who knows who he will kill this time? Zhuang Qingqing stood up. I believe Brother Bifan. If not for him, I would have died days ago. Mother Zhuang struggled over what to do. Father Zhuang stayed silent, his brow furrowed. I will not hurt any of you. In the end, they dug beneath the tree. Zhuang Sunzi wept beside them, begging them not to dig. Then he turned to plead with Father Zhuang. When that did not work, Zhuang Sunzi grabbed my collar tightly. People like you killed my sister years ago. Who are you trying to kill this time? Dad, Mom, or our sister? Actually, the one you most want to kill is me, right? Sunzi, calm down. The cook suddenly cried out. She pulled a piece of red cloth from the soil and carefully unfolded it. Inside was a long-life pendant missing one little bell. Mother Zhuang sank weakly to her knees. How could it be here? This pendant. I personally put it on Linlin. Linlin was buried wearing it. I wanted her to be safe in the afterlife too. Bifan, what on earth is going on? Why was Linlin's long-life pendant buried beneath this tree? Zhuang Qingya and Zhuang Qingqing hurried over too. They both recognized it. This could not be faked. Only Zhuang Sunzi remained where he was. He murmured, This is impossible. Impossible. What I am about to say may overturn everything you believe. Believe it or not, you can judge for yourselves. Zhuang Sunzi and I were not switched by accident. You actually know Zhuang Sunzi's mother. Her surname is Zhuang. Mother Zhuang remembered almost immediately. She had been a nanny for the Zhuang family many years ago, but she had sticky fingers. After she stole Mother Zhuang's necklace, worth over 1 million yuan, and was caught red-handed, she was thrown out of the Zhuang household. She came to hate the Zhuang family over it. So, years later, she switched the Zhuang family's son with her own. You raised her son for her, Zhuang Sunzi, and Zhuang Sunzi's fate was incompatible with Linlin's. Linlin suffered a high fever for days, begging you for help for days. Have you not noticed that after you began raising Zhuang Sunzi, the Zhuang family's business has been declining ever since? Zhuang Qingya and Zhuang Qingqing were often hurt as children too, were they not? The son you raised is the true cause of all this. Zhuang Sunzi screamed and lunged to slap me. You are lying. You are lying. Mother Zhuang moved faster than he did. One slap sent him crashing to the floor. How could you get your little sister killed? She was so good to you. I curse you. I curse you to die a miserable death. Shut up. Drag him out. Send him to a psychiatric hospital. Only then did Zhuang Sunzi panic. A psychiatric hospital was more terrifying than prison. He dropped to his knees and begged without end. Please, do not send me away. Am I not your son? Linlin is dead, but you still have me. I will always be your son. How dare you say that, if it were not for you? No one could have imagined that the son they had lovingly raised with all their hearts had killed their other daughter. In the end, Zhuang Sunzi was sent to a psychiatric hospital. Bifan, can you let me see Linlin one more time? You cannot see her. Mother Zhuang burst into tears. Father Zhuang came over and handed me a bank card. In a hoarse voice, he said, I heard fortune tellers must charge for reading. There is 1 million yuan on it. I pushed the card back. I shook the bell in my hand. Someone has already paid me. One after another, they wept silently as if the pillar holding them up had been torn away. That night, our real family finally shared our first meal together. Father Zhuang wanted to arrange for me to attend school. I shook my head. No need. He did not press the matter. He only told me that from today onward, I was the Zhuang family's only son. I said nothing. In the end, I gave each of them a bracelet. They were not worth much. They will keep you safe. At dawn, I packed my things. I planned to leave early. The cook hurriedly stopped me. Sir, Madam, the young master is leaving. Father Zhuang and Mother Zhuang, along with Zhuang Qingya and Zhuang Qingqing, all rushed downstairs. I did not turn around. Instead, I repeated the question I had asked them twice before. If you had to choose between me and Zhuang Sunzi, and only one could stay, who would you choose? You cannot have it both ways. I am leaving. I heard Mother Zhuang calling my name through tears. I heard Zhuang Qingqing call out through tears, brother. Still, I did not look back. Perhaps Aunt Wang was right. The Zhuang family had so much power. How could it have taken them so many years to find me? When they saw me telling fortunes on the street, did they think I brought bad luck? I put those thoughts behind me. I stepped out through the Zhuang family's front gate. I remembered Master saying he would teach me a new formation that day.